Nuclear Research Institute, Establishments, Operation and Development. Speaking of nuclear, people may think about the products related to military or nuclear weapons. Perhaps some people may not know that atomic energy can also be applied to everyday life. In particular, nuclear energy and nuclear techniques have played a vital role in the socio-economic development. It can be affirmed that the participations of Vietnamese researchers in collaborative research at the Joint Institutes for Nuclear Research in Do Nam City, Soviet Union, had formed a team of scientific researchers for establishments of atomic energy branch in Vietnam in 1964-1974 period. In 1958, the government of South Vietnam established the Vietnam Atomic Energy Commissions. In 1961, the Đà Lạt Atomic Research Center was established for nuclear scientific researches. The center was located on a hill with an area of 21 hectares at number 1 Nguyen Tử Lực Street, Đà Lạt. The construction started from early 1960 and completed on December 1962. Originally, Đà Lạt Nuclear Research Reactor was a Trigao Mark II reactor which was designed and manufactured by General Atomics. The reactor has a nominal power of 250 kilowatts. Using uranium-235 fuel activated by thermoneutrons to produce thermonuclear chain reactions and radioactive substances. After commissioning and testing, Đà Lạt Research Reactor, the first nuclear reactor in Southeast Asia, has achieved critical status at 12:40 a.m. on February 26, 1963, and officially put into operation at nominal power from March 4, 1963. On April 26, 1976, the Prime Minister signed Decisions Number 64 CP to establish Đà Lạt Nuclear Research Institute, or NRI. The main tasks of the NRI are to manage, operate, and exploit Đà Lạt Research Reactor. In addition, use of concerning equipments to promote scientific research, technical development, and nuclear technology to contribute to socio-economic development of nuclear scientific and technical potentials and human resources, ensuring the safe operations and technical support for other radiations organizations, and contributing to the sustainable development of nuclear energy and introductions of nuclear power into Vietnam. Operations and development. After the country unifications in 1975, the NRI was established on the basis of Đà Lạt Atomic Research Center with a nuclear research reactor but without nuclear fuel. According to the cooperation agreement between the Soviet Union and Vietnam in 1979, the Đà Lạt Nuclear Research Reactor was restored and upgraded to a nominal power of 500 kilowatts with the assistance of the Soviet Union since 1982-1983. At 19:50 p.m. on November 1, 1983, reactor reached its critical status for the first time, and from March 20, 1984, the upgraded reactor officially put into operation with a nominal power of 500 kilowatts. The NRI ensures a safe operations of the reactor, the effective applications of nuclear techniques and radioisotopes, practically contributing to the national economy. The main purposes of reactor operations are for radioisotopes reduction, neutron activations analysis, basic research and applications, and training. In 1991, for evaluations of the Đà Lạt nuclear reactor, Mr. Hans Blix, Director General of International Atomic Energy Agencies, or IAEA, had commented, "This is the reactor which most effectively exploited in developing countries." Speaking of the NRI, it has to mention the reactor. This is the main scientific equipment to make this institute success on the research activities. The main characteristics of the reactor are as follows: a nominal thermal power steady state of 500 kilowatts, VVR M2 fuel type, with a load enrichment of 1975% uranium-235, light waters used as neutron moderator and core coolant by natural convection, beryllium and graphite around the core for neutron reflector. Maximum thermal neutron flux in the core center is of 2.2 times 10 to the power of 13 N centimeters -2 S -1. Operational mode of 1 week continuous operations 100, 108, 130 hours at 500 kilowatts, 2 to 3 times weeks shutdown for maintenance and all operations of a short time for experience and or training. Average operation time is about 1,300 hours per year. Since Dalat Nuclear Research Reactor has been restored and upgraded, the NRI assigned the following main tasks: carrying out activities on scientific research and applications of nuclear techniques and nuclear energy in many different fields to serve social and economic development of the country. Development of nuclear infrastructures and training for nuclear energy in Vietnam. Technical support for the state managements on radiation protection and nuclear safety and environmental radiations monitoring. Support on radioactive waste management for organizations using nuclear techniques. Expanding cooperation with foreign organizations and to exchange scientific, products, and nuclear technology transferred. Researches on the development of combinations of nuclear analysis methods have been carried out and brought into practical applications. These methods are instrumental neutrons activations analysis or NIAA, radiochemical neutrons activations analysis or RNAA, prompt gamma neutrons activations analysis or PGNAA, X-ray fluorescence analysis or XFA, and physical-chemical methods with HPLC, LSC, AIS, ICP, MS, GC, IC, UV, VIS systems. So far, they have been used for accurate quantitative analysis of about 70 elements and constituents in various samples of geology, crude oil, agriculture, biology, environment, archaeology, etc. Every year, the NRI analyzes more than 6,000 samples using the above-mentioned methods. Additionally, K0 methods for INAA has been successfully established to analyze airborne particulate sample in investigations of air pollution, samples of crude oil, samples of base rock in oil field study, and archaeological samples as well. The NRI has succeeded in the research and development of radiation technology for preservations of food, sterilizations of medical devices, and modifications of materials by using the gamma source of cobalt-60. The results on radiation technology studies of the NRI have been of scientific technical basis for the establishment of different irradiation centers in industrial scale in Vietnam. Radiation technology has also been exploited for the productions of various plant growth promoters, plant protectors, while other biological environmental products are being studied. There is a promising plan to apply hydrogel polymers produced by radiation technology, cross-linking grafting in oil field exploitation to form the basic of scientific technical introductions to the Center for Irradiation Scaled Semi-Industrial and Industrial Salt. In the field of nuclear electronics, the NRI is capable of maintaining many types of electronics equipments, especially the nuclear ones, including the reactor control and instrumentation system. At present, emphasis is put on the design and constructions of nuclear control system or NCS-based nuclear spectrometers using digital signal processing or DSP, field programmable gate array or FPGA techniques for the fundamental and applied studies on analytical and nuclear physics. It is our supply of cost-effective nuclear electronic equipment for radioisotope applications has contributed to pushing forward the development of nuclear medicine and industries applications in Vietnam. One other striking result cannot fail to mention that some methods for radiation dose measurements and control have been developed with success. A thermoluminescence dosimeters (TLD) system has been made for use in personal dose control. At present, the NRI provides the personal dose monitoring service for nearly 8,000 radiation workers in about 1,000 radiation organizations every year in Vietnam. Apart from that, the NRI has also treated and managed safely radioactive waste, either in liquid or solid forms, which have been generated through the operating of itself or from other areas of southern Vietnam. The NRI has played a very important role in the reinforcement of material and technique potential, manpower development, enlarging the market for applications of nuclear technology and science, taking part in research program of introducing nuclear power for electricity productions into Vietnam. Manpower training for the NRI and for nuclear energy programs of Vietnam in the near future is one of the main tasks of NRI. The contributions of many generations of NRI's officers and employees have been recognized by the party and state. Third-class Labor Medal 1989, Second-class Labor Medal 2001, First-class Labor Medal 2009. The State Science and Technology Award for studied on safe operation and effective exploitations of Dalat nuclear reactor 2012. On the occasions of the 30-year ceremonies of the reconstructions and upgrading of the Dalat nuclear research reactor, the NRI has a great honor to receive the third-class Independence Medal. It is confirmed that the persistent efforts of the Director Board and all employees of the NRI were well received. This also marked a new development of the NRI in the implementations of the science and technology tasks which the party, state, and people entrusted. Nuclear Research Institute